December 13th. 405 B.C. Battle of Gospotami. The celebrated Spartan victory of Lysander over a vast Athenian fleet happily closed the 27 years' war in the Peloponnesus. Conon fled to Cyprus, and the admiral took possession of Athens in the following spring. 126 B.C. A league of friendship referred to the Roman Senate assembled in the Temple of Concord, on behalf of the Jews, who had sent 3 ambassadors with a shield of gold as a mark of confederacy. 1250. Frederick II, Emperor of Germany, died. He was successful in his wars against the Saracens, but was forced to return to wage war with the Pope, whom he also conquered. He was deposed, however, in 1245 by Innocent IV. 1254. Innocent IV's Sinibaldi feast died. He was early engaged in a quarrel with Frederick of Germany, whom he excommunicated and deposed. He was the first who invested the cardinals with a red hat as a mark of dignity. 1502. A waterspout at Portobello greatly alarmed the Spaniards. Ferdinand Columbus says if they had not dissolved it by saying the Gospel of St. John, it had certainly sunk whatsoever it fell upon. 1521. Emmanuel the Great, King of Portugal, died. He distinguished himself by the liberal manner in which he patronized commercial enterprises, by which the Cape of Good Hope was surrounded, and Brazil visited. 1542. James V, of Scotland, died. He assumed the government at the age of 17, and was admired for his virtues. 1542. An act passed permitting those deemed the better sort to read the Bible in England. 1545. The Great Council of Trent opened. 1565. Conrad Gessner, a Swiss botanist, died. It has been said that botany owes to him its very existence as a science. 1577. Drake sailed from Plymouth, England, in the Golden Hind, on his voyage round the world, which he was the second navigator that accomplished. 1621. Robert Cushman, having visited the colony of Plymouth with supplies, took in a cargo of beaver skins and clapboards, the first export from New England, which was valued at £500. The vessel was captured and carried into France. 1642. New Zealand discovered by Tasman. 1648. In order to enforce an ordinance of Cromwell, Captain Bedhan was appointed Provost Marshal, with power to seize upon all ballad singers, and to suppress stage plays. 1702. The motto Semper Idem first attached to the arms of England. 1721. Several alterations made in the form of the affirmation of the English Quakers. About 20 years previous to this their affirmation was accepted instead of their oath. 1729. Anthony Collins died, an English polemical writer, whose numerous works were warmly attacked by the orthodox writers of the day. 1737. John Strype died, aged 94. An English divine, industrious as a historian and biographer. 1738. Philip Froude died, a writer of English and Latin poetry, and of tragedy. 1754. Muhammad V, Emperor of Turkey, died. He was more eminent for his pacific disposition than for his military exploits. 1759. At Leipzig the cold was so intense that 10 sentinels were frozen to death. 1769. Christian Furchtgott Gellert, a German comic poet, died. 1775. Congress first determined to build a navy to consist of 5 frigates of 32 guns, 5 of 28 guns, and 3 of 24 guns. 1776. American gently surprised and made prisoner by a British patrol in New Jersey. 1783. Peter Wargentin died, a learned Swede, who published tables for computing the eclipses of Jupiter's satellites. 1784. Samuel Johnson, the English lexicographer, died, a writer of great eminence and celebrity. 1788. Charles III, King of Spain, died. His policy was censured for endangering the Spanish Empire in America by supporting the independence of the British colonies. 1788. David McBride, an Irish physician of great celebrity, died. His theory and practice of medicine was formerly in great request. 1797. Louis Legendre, a prominent actor in the French Revolution, died. He proposed in the Jacobin Club that the body of the king should be cut into 84 pieces, and 1 sent to each of the departments. 1803. Francis Lewis, one of the signers, died, aged 90. He was a merchant of New York, had visited Russia, and was employed in the importation of military stores and other secret services. 1809. Desperate action between British frigate Junon, 40 guns, Captain Shortland, and 3 French frigates of 88 guns in all. The Junon was captured, after losing 90 men killed and wounded. Among the latter was the captain, who received several shots before surrendering. His vessel was so much shattered that the French burned her the next day. 1811. A dog which had been accidentally shot into a house in Albany, on the first day of November, was taken out alive on this day, after a fast of 42 days, and recovered. 1813. Battle near Bayonne, between the French under Soult, and the Allies under Wellington, in which the former were defeated and driven into the city with the loss of 6,500 men. British loss about half the number. 1814. Charles Joseph, Prince de Ligne, an Austrian field marshal, died. He was born at Bruxelles, 1735, and devoted his early years to science and learning. His writings were numerous, of which 30 volumes have been published. 1850. The steamboat Anglo-Norman, while on a pleasure trip for the day, at New Orleans, exploded both boilers, and nearly 100 persons were either killed or wounded. 1854. A Russian decree ordered an additional levy of 10 men in every 1,000, in the eastern half of the Russian Empire, Jews not excepted.